am Dr. Sarah Lutz of Pure Light Family Chiropractic here in Bend, Oregon, and I am tonight doing a webinar with you guys on one of my favorite topics, and it's about how to have the healthiest pregnancy possible. We're specifically going to talk about 8 choices that you can make consciously to have a healthier body, to have a healthier baby, to have a healthier pregnancy, a healthier, safer birth, and also a stronger postpartum recovery, because it does all go hand in hand. And we're going to talk about things that you can start implementing tonight, tomorrow, this week, things that are really practical. And this is all things that I talk about on a regular basis, because the reality is a lot of women, when they find out that they're pregnant, want to turn a new leaf, right? There may be lifestyle choices that you're making before pregnancy that you're like, this isn't going to serve me and my child moving forward through this pregnancy and postpartum. And so there's a lot of lifestyle changes, and it can be overwhelming when you're really trying to weigh out, like, okay, what's the most important thing? Like, what do I need to buy? And things can get expensive in terms of some of these big changes that we'll go into. But they're really things that are in your day-to-day life that are going to affect your overall health, and your overall health means baby's overall health too, because of course you and baby are very closely connected, literally connected, and everything that affects mom is going to affect baby. So we want to be as conscious as we can. Part of this is also giving yourself grace, and being stressed and feeling guilty and overwhelmed isn't going to help. So these are all going to be practical things that you can do your best. We're not perfect, right? So we do our best to make the best choices that we can. So the first one, I'm going to just jump right in. So the first one is something that is often overlooked, and this is to reduce EMFs. So EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies. These are all around us from technology. So we're talking about your phone, your Apple Watch or smartwatch, your computer, your laptop. If you're watching this webinar, you're being exposed to EMFs right now. If you have your Wi-Fi router on in your house, that's EMFs. Smart meters on the side of your house with electricity, EMFs. So we can't avoid these things, right? Like, we need our computers, we need our phones, we need our electricity. Different light bulbs you put in your house have more EMFs than others. So the LED ones are often higher EMF. Yeah, they save on electricity, but then you're making that switch to having more exposure to EMFs in your house. So we can't avoid them. We can do our best to minimize them. When I see pregnant women wearing the watches that are like smartwatches, like iPhone watches, I don't like to see that. Oftentimes you're putting your hands on your belly, or your hands are right next to your belly, and so you're literally blasting baby when you're pregnant with EMFs from your wrist. A lot of moms will be on their phone, and they put their phone up on their belly when they're texting. Trying not to be on your phone as much as possible. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I honestly, like, being on my phone made me nauseous. So it was easier for me to put it away, because I barely could respond to messages sometimes, because that was my experience. But I also felt like maybe it was an innate, intelligent response to this technology. Your body is so much more sensitive when you're pregnant. So reducing that electrosmog is another name for it, where our bodies are being inundated by these frequencies that are getting stronger and stronger every year, and our body can adapt to them, but the best we can avoid them is good. We can also get mitigation devices. So in our home, we have an EMF mitigation device called a Somavedic, Somavedic. They're these things that were created to mitigate the effects of EMFs, and also what they do is they put out harmonious, positive magnetic waves of energy frequencies to help counter the negative ones from all this technology. You can also get certain things called orgonite, which are these special like resin type made structures that are also shown to reduce EMFs. And if you're not sure, like if you're like, oh, my house is probably fine, you can buy, like, simply on Amazon or somewhere online, an EMF detector where you can actually measure the EMFs of your house, and you can go from room to room and device to device and measure the radiation. The biggest thing is your phone when it's plugged in. So if you like to sleep with your phone near you, first of all, don't put it right next to your head or under your pillow. put it on airplane mode, because when it's on airplane mode, there's less radiation. And when it's plugged in, it's like exponentially higher. So you never want to have it plugged in while you're using it. And you also want to put it on airplane mode when you're not actively needing it. In our house, we put all of our phones on airplane mode at night, and we turn off our Wi-Fi router. It's really easy to do on some routers. Like on ours, there's just a button on the back. I just push the button, turns it off, and then we turn it on in the morning, and there's no issues. And some, you can put them on like a power strip, and you just turn the power strip on, turn the power strip off at night. And by doing that, you're basically getting bathed in these radiation all day. So at least when you're sleeping, you can turn it off when your body's restoring and healing. And babies in utero will do a lot of their growth at night when you're sleeping. So that's a really big one. If you have any specific questions more about that when it comes to mitigation devices and so forth, please reach out. Happy to help. But this is a really big concern in our day and age. Okay, next one is to limit plastic. So plastic is everywhere, right? We have if you're a mom right now or expecting, like you have grown up in the age of plastic, right? Like it's everywhere. And there's more awareness around it these days in terms of some of the chemicals that go into the production of plastic things and how they can be harmful to our bodies, specifically the ones that have hormone disruptors, endocrine disruptors in them that can literally affect your hormone cascades in your body. And when you're pregnant, your hormones are very important always, but especially when you're pregnant. And it can affect a lot of issues and cause a lot of issues if you're around too much plastic. And this is a big one in terms of really overcoming this and making the changes, because it has become such an easy part of our life to use plastic for food and shopping bags. And I mean, just so much in your house is made out of plastic. And it's a transition. Really, the biggest thing is your water bottle. I think nowadays in 2021, most people have a really good stainless steel or glass water bottle that is safe to drink out of all the time. But if you're still drinking out of plastic water bottles, I really urge you to ditch those and get some safe ones. In your kitchen, when you're storing food, getting glass containers. You can go to Costco and get like the Snapware where it's glass. It's safe, like Pyrex type glass with the covers are still plastic, but at least where the food is sitting, if it's hot or cold, you don't want the plastic leaching in to your food. And then really making conscious choices to buy more bulk foods instead of, because so much prepackaged food at the store is in plastic. So you can buy more bulk, more fresh produce, and we have reusable organic cotton produce bags that we just bring to the grocery store with us. Where we do most of our grocery shopping, they don't even have plastic bags, so we just always have our reusable bags. We love Natural Grocers in Bend is our favorite spot. Trader Joe's is also really good about having paper bags if you need them. But yeah, limiting plastics. And this goes to once baby's born. So when it comes to the bottles, buying glass baby bottles for when you're feeding them out of a bottle. And then toys, like we're really big on the natural organic toys, like the organic rubber. You can get all natural wood toys and like everything. And then there's all natural like silicone toys. So really the most natural, getting rid of the plastic toys. They don't serve anybody. And they're often the more obnoxious toys too that parents don't even like. So yeah, just getting the natural toys, get plastic out of your house as much as possible. Do we still have plastic in our house? Absolutely, but we really minimize it and we're mindful of it and only really using it when it's necessary or it's really convenient in that moment and we need it. But really being mindful of those choices is big, mostly for your overall health. Okay, another big one is filtered water. And this doesn't mean just like your basic Brita water filter that just changes the flavor and takes a little bit of chlorine out. Like I'm talking a Berkey water filter. These are one of the things that's an investment. So a good Berkey water filter is going to be about $200, $300. I would say Black Friday's coming up. I would be staying tuned for some deals to get one. They are amazing. They filter out everything. So the pharmaceuticals, the chlorine. Thankfully in Central Oregon, we don't have fluoride in our water, but if there's any fluoride, any particles, it's going to filter it all out, but it's not distilling it. It's just really clear, filtered, pure water. And what we even take it to the next level, we have our EMF mitigation device next to our water filter, and the harmonious waves from that device actually harmonize our water and make it more absorbable to the body. So you can take it to another level there if you want to, but just having really clean filtered water is key. I mean, thankfully in Central Oregon, we live in a place where we already have pretty good water quality, but we really recommend the Berkey. Whenever you come in for your adjustments, we have the Berkey set up in the hospitality area. You're always welcome to fill up your water bottle, but having it set up in your kitchen is a game changer. And obviously, having healthy water is such an important part of our overall health. And also being pregnant, a baby is sitting in the amniotic fluid, which is replenished by the water that you drink. So the clearer, most pure water you can get is going to help baby. You can also filter your water on your shower. So this is really simple. They sell water filters for shower heads. So you just screw the filter up onto your shower head and it filters the chlorine particularly out of the water. This is a big deal because when you steam, like get water with chlorine in it hot, steam hot water, it actually turns into a chemical reaction where the chlorine becomes more carcinogenic, meaning cancer causing to your body. And you think about a growing baby and how that could affect their gene expression. So you want to really limit the chlorine exposure in the shower. So really big on that. And even if you're filling up a bath, like I fill up the bath with the shower head water because I know that it's more pure. And especially with when our daughter was born, when she would take her baths or takes her baths, I fill it up with the filtered water because she's sitting in that chlorinated water. So it only takes a little bit longer to fill it up. It's not a big deal. So yeah, filtered water is a big one. Another biggie is air, so filtering your air. And this is really big in Central Oregon, especially if you're pregnant during the summertime when there are more fires. So I think it's another investment, but it's worth it to get the really, really thick the thick air filter in your house, so it gets installed right into your house. We got one put on into our house this past fire season, and literally it would be so smoky outside and you couldn't smell anything inside. It was so clear and pure. It really captured everything. And then also having good air purifiers pump it through your house on those smoky times. We also have fans in the bedrooms, the Dyson fans that are good fans to cool off, but also they are really good air filters. So always filtering your air is really, really good for, especially when you're pregnant. Sometimes when you're pregnant, breathing is a little bit harder. So at least if your air is really pure and clean, it can help. Okay. Another biggie is buying organic, non-genetically modified food. So this is huge because all of the pesticides and the glyphosate from the GMOs, all of that is going into your body, but it's also going into baby's body. So the more pure we can help your body and baby's body be, the better. And this all of this is postpartum too. This is like the new leaf that you're turning in motherhood to make these changes, is becoming a new lifestyle as a family so that your baby can have the best start in life, that they can reach their full God-given potential by having the clearest vessel they can. And so when we're talking about food, it's so important because the food that you're eating is literally helping to develop this baby. And once they're born and you're breastfeeding, it's literally the water, the food, that everything is going to baby. So the more pure it is, the better. And also the more nutrient dense it is. So it's not just that organic food is safer, it's also that it's more nutrient dense. Especially genetically modified foods are pretty useless in terms of nutrient quality. So really it's worth it. All of these things sound like they can add up and be expensive, but they're big lifestyle changes that are worth it for the long-term health of you and your family, because chronic disease later on is just not worth it. It's way more expensive. So other things here are, we're going to work always on reducing stress, but not just reducing and avoiding stress, but better adapting to it. So many women go through pregnancy overwhelmed. Like, it's a stressful time because there's a lot of newness, especially if you're a first-time mom or even you're a second-time mom. And now you're like, how am I gonna, take care of my toddler and another newborn and go through pregnancy and then so forth if you have more and more kids. But especially even if your first pregnancy, there's a lot of stress about birth and all the changes with work and how that's going to affect your life. And we can't fully reduce the stress, but we can become empowered. And that's one of our passions at our office is we work with a lot of pregnant moms, and we really love to empower you, to help you find that mama bear strength that you can have the birth that you want to have, that that you are going to day by day be the healthiest, strongest, best version of yourself for you and your family, for your new baby. And it's all, one day at a time, but really working on reducing stress is key. So if you are planning on being pregnant, really doing preparation before you get pregnant and also throughout pregnancy, don't put stuff on hold. Really read the books that really help you prepare for postpartum, that really help you prepare for birth. If you need any book recommendations or documentaries or anything, please reach out. We have a lending library at the office too, where we are always sharing these goodies. So it's always, the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, the more empowerment you can have to be the best version of you. So reducing your stress. And what goes along with reducing your stress is also getting adjusted. So of course, this is our specialty at our office as family chiropractors with a specialization in prenatal and postpartum care. We really love to empower moms and help them balance their nervous system. So your nervous system is the part of your brain and spinal cord, the inner unconscious part of your body that is the part of your body that adapts to stress, that runs your whole body. And by getting adjusted and reducing that stress throughout the brain and the spinal cord, you are giving your body a stronger ability to adapt. You're more resilient, and you also feel better, you function better, you can enjoy your pregnancy, you can be active. And being active and exercising is another huge element to this. And a lot of moms in their pregnancy end up becoming more sedentary and less active because of the aches and pains and because of the poor sleep. And getting adjusted helps you sleep better. It helps you adapt to stress better. It helps you have more comfort in your body. So less hip pain, less pubic bone pain, less round ligament pain, less rib pain, less neck pain, less shoulder pain. All of that gets better. And it also prepares your body for birth. So it gives you more confidence that baby's going to be in the best position possible for birth because your pelvis is balanced and aligned. It also allows you to have smoother, easier labor and delivery because your body is balanced and prepared. So it not only reduces stress mentally and nervous system wise, but also just in terms of birth on your body, and allows you to also recover quicker. The less stressful and your pregnancy and birth are, the less stressful postpartum is going to be, the healthier baby's going to be, the more calm baby's going to be, because this is a big one, you guys. Getting adjusted directly affects your autonomic nervous system, which means that fight or flight versus rest and digest mode. And your autonomic nervous system, you can actually look at a picture of this if you want to see the picture from Netter's Anatomy, which is like a big anatomy book, is it literally shows the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve fibers are going directly into the uterus, which means that your nervous system, how you are patterned, are you dominant in fight or flight mode? Or are you dominant in more rest and digest mode? Or are you balanced? And how you are throughout your pregnancy literally programs baby into be the pattern that you are. So if you want your baby to be calm and happy and relaxed, having a calm, happy, relaxed pregnancy is going to make that difference. It's going to allow you to have a safer birth so that also your baby doesn't have a lot of trauma to heal from the birth experience. Clearly, I'm passionate about this. I take care of a lot of pregnant moms, and I see them get empowered through their chiropractic care, and it's something that is so gentle. And we have specific techniques that we work with to work with moms when they're pregnant to help you have an active, enjoyable, beautiful pregnancy, birth, and postpartum experience. And then the last one on my list, so I know we're flying through this, but I really want to honor all of your time. So is to have a team of providers working with you. So this means your prenatal and postpartum chiropractor. This means your birth provider, who is either going to be a midwife or an OB, having a doula if need be, and also working with a naturopathic physician or a functional medicine practitioner who has a really holistic wholeness based practice where they're helping you and guiding you in terms of what foods does your body need? What does your blood work say? Do you need to support your thyroid? Do you need to support your adrenal glands? How's your digestion? Because the health of your digestion is literally going to cause your baby to either have a healthy or not healthy digestion. Your microbiome of your body becomes baby's microbiome. So seeding it well, giving that baby the best opportunity there digestion wise. So having a naturopath or functional medicine doctor check your digestion, your blood work, your blood panel, your thyroid, any food intolerances that are good to know now, because then you're not dealing with it with breastfeeding and having the issues from that. I really highly recommend it. We have a few really great naturopaths in the community that we recommend, that I've worked with personally, that I can certainly share their info with anybody who's interested. And we love partnering with them and seeing all of our moms just thrive and enjoy their pregnancies and have healthy transitions into motherhood. So I know I flew through those 8 conscious choices that you can make for a healthy pregnancy. And yeah, they are simple. They're everyday things that you can implement now or this week or tomorrow. And if you have any questions, I'm always available. You can feel free to reach out to me through the office or here on social media if need be. And I hope you guys have an amazing night. I didn't say this, but getting good sleep is important too. So with this daylight savings time, it makes it a little easier that it's so dark already. And it's also, we're all tired a little bit earlier. So I want you guys to all get the best rest you can. And I look forward to answering any questions that you have and adjusting all of you through pregnancy and postpartum. It truly is the biggest honor to take care of you during this amazing journey and also take care of your kids too. So we are so honored, so blessed to be here in this community, and we so appreciate all of you, and we hope you have a great night.